You ever notice how some people seem to have opportunity knocking at their door like an Amazon Prime delivery? Meanwhile, you out here wondering if your doorbell is even working? Well, maybe, just maybe, it's because they actually answer the damn door. Now, see, what if I told you that the biggest breakthroughs in your life are sitting on the other side of a simple three-letter word? No, not tax. I'm talking about YES. Yes. But saying yes isn't about just being open, it's about being committed. And today, I'm going to break down why the universe doesn't waste invitations on people still fumbling the RSVP. Roll the intro. Yo, 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 what's going on, family? Welcome back to yet another present moment. Good morning to all you beautiful, brilliant, abundantly blessed beings. I am so happy to be here. You are tuned into the Ace Anderson Show, the place where we connect every single Monday morning to fuel your week with inspiration, self-empowerment, and entrepreneurial gems to help you ace your life. Now take a moment to congratulate yourself for showing up today and making it to yet another beautiful dawn with me, your dedicated guide on this journey of self-discovery and growth. If you don't know by now, I am an actor, a rapper, a filmmaker, a poet, the ace of all trades, the modern Renaissance man, Ace Anderson, and I am so happy to be here with you all for another blessed week. So this show is my way of sharing not just who I am, but what I've learned about living a life full of purpose, creativity, and resilience. And it's a blessing to have you here with me for another opportunity for growth, connection, and clarity. And as we embrace this first light together, I want to extend a special shout out to all you early risers joining in live. Your dedication to starting the week with positivity shows that you're already setting the tone for a powerful, intentional week. And that energy is what makes the A-Team extraordinary. So, I want you to grab your favorite morning brew. Y'all know my drink of choice is alkaline water. And let's explore, illuminate, and inspire ourselves to be better with mindful conversation. Now, today, I'd like to discuss the magic of saying yes. How opportunity finds you when you are committed. Now, I know what you're thinking. Ace, I say yes all the time. I say yes to free samples at Costco. I say yes to pressing snooze. I say yes to the "Are you still watching" button on Netflix. But see, that's not the kind of yes I'm talking about. I'm talking about the kind of yes that unlocks divine timing, alignment, and once in a lifetime opportunities. I'm talking about a deeper kind of yes that rewires your soul and invites the universe to drop some serious blessings on your doorstep. Now, why does this matter? Why does this why does this matter? Because too many of us are stuck in Noville population, miserable, missing out on the wild, beautiful chaos of what could be. Now, there was once a deeply faithful man who found himself stranded in the middle of the ocean after his fishing boat was capsized by a violent storm. As he clung to a piece of wreckage, waves crashing around him, he closed his eyes and prayed with all his heart, "Lord, I have served you faithfully. I have trusted you in all things. Please rescue me. I know you will never I know you will deliver me from this disaster." Moments later, a small fishing boat approached, its captain calling out, "Hey, you look like you need help. Climb aboard and we'll get you to safety." But the man shook his head. With unwavering faith, he replied, "No, no need, my friend. My God will rescue me." The captain, confused but respectful, sailed away, leaving the man floating. Hours passed, the sun blazing overhead, and his arms grew weary. Just as his strength was failing, a larger yacht came into view. A crew member tossed him a life preserver and shouted, "Grab on, we've got you." Again, the man refused. "Thank you, but no. My God is mighty to save. I have faith he will deliver me." The yacht lingered for a moment before continuing on its way. As night fell, the waters grew colder. The man could barely keep his head above the waves. Suddenly, the deafening sound of a helicopter filled the air. A searchlight beamed down, and a voice shouted through a megaphone, calling out, "Sir, we see you. We're lowering a rope. Just grab on." But even in his exhaustion, the man mustered the strength to wave them away. I appreciate it, but God is coming for me. He is my rescue. And so the helicopter, baffled by his response, flew off. Eventually, the man succumbed to exhaustion and drowned. When he awoke, he found himself at the gates of heaven. And before entering, he looked up, and a mixture of awe and frustration in his eyes. "Lord," he said, "I believed in you. I prayed. I waited. Why did you not save me?" And God looked at him like, "Bruh, I sent you a fishing boat. I sent you a yacht. I sent you a helicopter. What more were you waiting for?" You see, some of y'all are out here drowning, waiting for a magical, obvious yes moment, while ignoring all the lifelines being thrown your way. And today, I'm going to show you how you can recognize and embrace them before you end up in heaven filing complaints. And y'all already know I'm not just doing this for me, I'm doing this for us. So if you're loving this vibe, you're going to want to check out my other channel, Piece by Piece, made piece by piece, my space for deeper conversation about self-discovery, empowerment, and aligning with the lifestyle that you've always dreamed of. Now, together, we're building something powerful one moment at a time, one moment of intention at a time. As we set the tone for this week, let's ground ourselves in the fruit of the Spirit: love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Let us trust these divine nine as our guideposts, reminding us to lead with purpose and grace as we chase greatness. Now, this is the Ace Anderson Show, and we're about to level up piece by piece. So, without further ado, let's get it. All right. The power of yes. The power of yes. Let's kick this off with a truth bomb. Saying no is usually just fear wearing a cheap disguise. You're not saying no to that job, that date, that crazy idea. You're saying no to the chance you might fail, look stupid, or, God forbid, actually succeed and have to level up. But here's the magic. Yes is the key that unlocks the cage. When you say yes, you're not just opening a door, you're kicking it down and strutting through like you own the place. Like, I know a lot of us have a fear of failure, right? What if I say yes and I flop? Or we have a fear of success. What if I say yes and then I have to be successful? I actually have to act as a successful person. I got to level up. The Bible says God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power, of love, and sound mind. That's 2 Timothy 1:7. That fear, it's not from God. It's from your ego trying to protect you from growth. Your inner being, your spiritual guide, has not a spirit of fear. Your spiritual guide is the divine nine: love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self control. This is the true power that you hold within. You do not have a innate spirit of fear. That is all in your mind. That is all made up. The universe does not operate on fear. The universe operates on love, on joy, on following your excitement. Your ego is constantly trying to protect you from growth because growth can sometimes be painful. But there's a wise quote that says, pain is inevitable, but suffering is in your mind. Suffering is a choice. So you're going to start small. Practice saying yes to things outside of your comfort zone daily. Try a new food. Start a conversation with a stranger. Raise your hand when an opportunity presents itself. The ancient Stoics taught that opportunity is not about luck, it's about preparation meeting readiness. So a lot of people think that, when they look at successful people, they think it's all because of luck. But the saying goes, luck favors the prepared. Luck favors the prepared. My friend Tony always says, stay ready so you don't got to get ready. Makes sense. Stay ready so you don't got to get ready. Luck favors the prepared. When the door knocks and when something knocks at the door and you're not ready, of course the answer is going to be no. Of course you're going to be tempted to say no. Of course you're going to be tempted to deny it because you're not ready. Why aren't you ready? Because you're not committed. You lack commitment. If you were truly committed to your dreams, you would trust that you are ready at any given opportunity. So the question is, why aren't you ready? Why haven't you committed? I had a friend tell me, oh, I didn't do this thing because I wasn't fully committed. There is no such thing as not being fully committed. You are either committed or not. There is no, I was kind of committed. That's not commitment. I refuse to see any other circumstance. That's commitment. I refuse to see any other circumstance than what I envision. I'm committed to that vision. Alan Watts, I love listening to Alan Watts videos. I love if you have a chance, like just play Alan Watts on YouTube on repeat. But you got to be careful because now there's like a lot of AI videos where it's not really it's not really the person speaking, and you can kind of tell a little bit. But just be careful with those, like with some of those videos. Even though, I mean, they do, the AI videos might still have some good information, um, but yeah, somebody said procrastination is my nemesis. Procrastination is actually is just your fear. Is your fear that you're not ready, that you don't have everything that you need, that you're truly not committed. So people say that they procrastinate. I say it too. Oh yeah, I'm a procrastinator. But it's because it's a fear. It's just out of a fear that I'm not ready. And I'm giving in. I'm giving in to my comfort. So, anyway, Alan Watts once said that the only way to make sense out of change is to plunge into it, move with it, and join the dance. That's the only way to make sense out of change. The only way to make sense out of change is to plunge into it, move with it, and join in the dance. That's a fancy way of saying stop hiding in the corner and just say yes. And yes with the boogie of life. Say yes. Come on, boogie with life. Boogie with Ace Boogie. People used to put me down when I succeeded. It caused a fear to be good at things. So here's the thing about light. Here's the thing about light. You are a spark. You have a spark of divinity within you. You have a God-given gift. And light shines brightest in the dark. So when there are other people who are comfortable with their darkness, they're comfortable in their space, they're comfortable in their life because they're afraid of change. Think of them as a match. Think of them as a match. And you're lit. You on fire. You are litty in the city. Your spark of flame, if you get too close to them, you will set them on fire and force them to shine bright. Force them to change. Force them to let go of their comfort. And they don't want to change. People don't want to change. But nothing changes in your life until you change. Nothing changes in your life until you change. So when you're shining bright, when you're doing your thing, when you're succeeding, and you're showing off your light, you're casting a light on them, on all of their flaws and imperfections, and they are forced to see that the only way to be is either to be set on fire and change and be another light that shines bright, or convince you to put your fire out. What are you doing? Why are you succeeding like that? Don't do that. Why are you trying to? You doing too much. Oh, you doing the most. You're doing the most. Stop shining bright. But they are disconnected from source, right? Because there's no source of darkness. There is only a source of light, and you are connected to your source. That's what success is. That's what your brightness is. That's what your light is. You are success. You are shining bright. Hey, Tommy, can I call you back in like an hour?
Yeah, man, I was just calling to make sure everything was good.
Yeah,
Just checking in with you.
for sure. Yeah, let me
All right,
call.
man, I'll talk to you when you can.
All right, yep. Bye.
Bye bye.
That's my transformational coach. Answer the call. You know what I'm saying? So you when you shine bright, you are connected to your source. When someone is not shining, when someone is trying to quench your fire, douse your flame, they are admitting that they are disconnected from source. There is no source of darkness. Just because they're not shining doesn't mean they are a source for darkness. The only way to get darkness is to put out light. Light is the answer to darkness. So keep shining bright. Don't worry about what anybody else says. Forget what anybody else says. Forget what anybody else says. A 2022 study from the Journal of Positive Psychology found that people who embrace risk, aka say yes to scary stuff, are 40% more likely to report higher life satisfaction. Fear is a liar. Yes is the truth serum. Think about Jim Carrey in that movie Yes Man. Right? It's not the deepest flick, but the dude went from a couch potato to a legend just by saying yes. Minus the bungee jumping, maybe try that vibe in your own life. I mean, you can still even try the bungee jumping. And when they say a lot of those extreme sports are just permission slips to recognize that what is within you, it's not the external experience that is causing you to have a transformational moment. It's actually just a permission slip to recognize the transformation within yourself. So it's the same thing with plant medicines. A lot of people smoke weed and they believe that it's the weed that's doing it. They believe it's the marijuana that's causing them to be at another level than what they are able to be on their own. But what it actually is that they, because of this external thing, have given themselves permission now to be on another level. And when you meditate, you find that you can give yourself unlimited permission slips to be on whatever spiritual plane you wish to be on. Because when you meditate and you quiet your mind, you are only connected to thought. You quiet your mind. You're not defined by what you're wearing, by what you look like, by what you're smelling, by what you're hearing. You're not defined by anything. You are in no space, no time, nowhere, and you are nothing. And nothing is the place where everything is created. So give yourself permission now. Give yourself permission. Say yes to yourself to be whatever and wherever you want to be. Say yes. Look, if your dream is to be a musician, but you keep saying no to gigs because the lighting isn't right or your voice is tired, the universe will be like, bet, I'll give the next opportunity to somebody who actually wants it. All right, so here's where it gets a little juicy. Saying yes isn't just about flapping your gums, it's about being ready, being committed, truly committed. Opportunities don't care about your Netflix queue. They show up when you've done the work to spot. When you've done the work to see where they're at. It's like waiting for an Uber, right? You don't just stand there hoping. You got to know your address and have your wallet out. You got to be ready. The Bible says in Matthew 7:7, ask and it will be given to you. Seek and you will find. Knock and the door will be open to you. Notice it doesn't say sit there whining and the door will magically swing open. You've got to knock. You've got to knock. Closed mouths don't get fed. Knock, and the door will be open unto you. Ask, and it is given. The Bible also says faith without works is dead. That's James 2:26. Faith without works is dead. You can believe all you want. You can have faith all you want. But if you're not in the habit of saying yes when action is required, you're stuck. Steve Jobs said, you can't connect the dots looking forward. You can only connect them looking backwards. So you don't know. You can't see the whole path. You can't move. You can't wait to see the whole path looking forward. Oh, like, wait, hold on. Let me make sure all the dots connect before I do anything, before I make any moves. Could you imagine going on a road trip and saying, let me make sure that I can visually see. Not even talking about GPS. I'm not talking about GPS. Imagine being like, I need to visually see everything that is going to happen. Even if you do got the GPS, I need to see everything that is going to happen. I need to see all the cars that's going to be on the road. I need to see all the stoplights that I'm going to hit. I need to see all the cops that are going to be doing speed tests. I need to see every little detail before I even get in my car. You'll never get in your car. You'll never pack. Saying yes when you're ready means trusting that the dots are lining up even when you can't see the full picture yet. And science backs this up. In 2019, Harvard study showed that people who a 2019 Harvard study showed that people who practice intentional mindfulness, being present and prepped, are 30% more likely to seize opportunities. Readiness isn't luck, it's a muscle. Luck favors the prepared. You ever hear about the guy who turned down a date with Oprah because he wasn't ready? All right, okay, I made that up. But imagine the regret. Imagine the regret. The point is, prep your heart and your mind, and when the knock comes, you'll be ready to say yes. Stay ready so you ain't got to get ready. Stay ready so you ain't got to get ready. You talking about doing public speaking? You talking about wanting to be a writer? Imagine this, yo. You're like, oh, I want to be a writer. I want to write a book, right? There's a lot of you that said you wanted to write a book last week, right? Luck favors the prepared. Luck favors the prepared, absolutely. So a lot of y'all said you wanted to be writers last week, right? So imagine this. I'm a writer. I got this book idea. And you ain't never wrote it down. You ain't really tell anybody about it because you're scared to start it. You don't know where to start. You don't know where to start. So, a big publisher, huge publisher, puts out that they're doing a contest. And for this contest, they want to have a book outline for the exact genre of book that you were thinking about writing. A friend forwards it to you. You know, you see the breakdown and you're like, "Oh my gosh, this my book would be perfect for this. My book would win. I know my book would win this contest." But you see, the contest award is to publish your book globally, internationally, take you on tour, book tours, and everything. They will make a movie out of your book. But as you keep reading the breakdown, you see that the outline, the bio, the synopsis, the manuscript is due by 6 p.m. tonight. Now, if you had written your book, let's say your book was fully written, you just didn't know how to publish it yet. You knew you were writing a book, but I said yes to writing my book. I didn't know how to publish it yet. You have your book written. And you see that opportunity and you submit and you win the contest. Now, you would call that person lucky. I would say that guy's lucky. But was he lucky? Was she lucky? Or was she just prepared? Because the exact same circumstance could happen. It's like, I don't have my book written. I don't have a synopsis. I don't have a breakdown. I don't even know where I'm starting. Nothing. Opportunity shows up and you're like, I got to scramble, try to figure it out. Am I lucky or am I prepared? Am I unlucky or am I unprepared? Ecclesiastes 1 drops this gem. To everything there is a season and a time for every purpose under heaven. God's timing meets your hustle. You say yes when you've prepped the soil. Otherwise, it's just noise. Some of y'all are really like, yes, I want my dream. I want my $1,000,000. I want my blah, 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 blah. But are you actually ready for that? Are you doing everything in your power in this present moment to get ready for that? You know, I feel this way. Honestly, I'm gonna give you some personal information about me, right? I I have this experience with my body, with working out. For the longest time, I've been like, I want to get ripped, I want to get jacked, I want to have that superhero body. But I'm over here waiting for a superhero role to show up for me to get that body. And be like, oh yeah, you know, when that superhero role show up, then I'm gonna do XYZ to get in shape and blah 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 blah. Then it's gonna make sense to really stay committed to it. I ain't committed. I ain't committed to getting jacked. Because if I was, I would be doing everything it takes to be jacked. And guess what? I get auditions all the time. Muscular build. Muscular build. Looks super fit. Looks great with his shirt off. I get those breakdowns all the time. And what do? Oh snap, I better start doing some push-ups real quick. Let me try to get myself together real quick. But if I was already together and those auditions came and I rocked it, you would say I'm lucky. You're so lucky. No, I was just prepared. One yes changes everything. Okay? One yes changes everything. When you actually commit, I am committed to, the universe moves mountains to make it happen for you. One yes doesn't just tweak your day, it's a pebble in the pond, rippling out to rewrite your whole damn life. You say yes to a coffee chat, next thing you know, you're running a business with the barista. The Wright brothers said yes to the idea of flight when everyone else thought they were crazy. Now we're out here complaining that there should be Wi-Fi on planes. Every plane should have Wi-Fi. Studies in neuroscience show that our brains have something called the reticular activating system, RAS, RAS, the filter that determines what we notice in the world. When you start saying yes to growth, your RAS begins filtering in more opportunities aligned with that mindset. It's like buying a red car and suddenly seeing red cars everywhere. Or it's like saying, I really want to buy a house. And all of a sudden you start noticing all these for sale signs. The for sale signs weren't just put there today. They've always been there. But they weren't in your RAS. The moment I said I want a Tesla, I'm seeing Tesla everywhere. Everywhere. You know, a lot of people have that experience. I know you have this experience where you're like, oh, snap, my phone is listening to me because this thing, I was just talking about this and it shows up on my phone. Like, that's eerie. That's weird, right? This is one, the law of attraction, and two, it's your RAS. Because you were talking about the thing, it is now more in your awareness. You are more aware of it. You are filtering out to see more. If I told you to close your eyes for 10 seconds, right? I want you to close your eyes for 10 seconds. And when you open them, I want you to notice everything red in your room. Everything red. Open them, just notice everything red in the room that you're in. Now close your eyes. How many things did you notice that were green? How many things did you notice that were green? You don't know. You maybe could kind of remember one thing. But you don't know because your RAS was filtering out the world to only see red. It's not that there isn't anything green in the room, but you started seeing more red things, and that's what you were paying attention to. That's what happens when you say light, when you say yes to your life, when you say yes to the things that you want. We see what we are looking for. We see what we are looking for. Absolutely. And most of us don't even realize that we're looking. We are looking for obstacles. We're looking for obstacles. We're looking for the thing that will cause us failure. We're looking for the things that will get in our way. We are so distracted from our vision, from our goals, because we are looking for the obstacles. We are looking for the barricades. We are looking for the roadblocks. Luke 16:10 says, whoever can be trusted with very little can also be trusted with very much. One small yes is a test. Pass it and or the universe will up the ante. How you do one thing is how you do everything. How you do one thing is how you do everything. Truly. Whoever can be trusted with very little can be trusted with very much. You ever start a business with somebody and they are arguing with you about money before there's really even any money to be made? Well, if it's like that when y'all ain't making no money, I can only imagine how it's going to be when you do start making money. How you do one thing is how you do everything. Whoever can be trusted with very little can also be trusted with very much. How do you handle the little that you have? How do you treat what you have? Do you disregard it? Do you use it to your advantage? Do you take it into account, or do you make excuses that it's not enough? That what you have isn't enough, where you're standing isn't enough, what you're doing right now isn't enough. It's not right. Where I am is not right. It's wrong. I shouldn't be here. I shouldn't be here. I shouldn't be here. When you put your coordinates into a GPS, it cannot give you directions if you have not submitted your location. I cannot accept where I am, so I refuse to tell you where I am. Just tell me where to go. GPS can't do that. Your spiritual guide can't do that. I need to know where you are, and I need you to accept where you are. You cannot go anywhere if you don't accept where you are. And you are what you repeatedly do. That's Will Durant. We are what we repeatedly do. Say yes once, and it's a choice. Say yes again, and it's a habit. Keep going, and it's your legacy. A 2020 study from Harvard showed that people who take small, consistent risks, like saying yes to new experiences, build new neural pathways for courage. Your brain literally rewires to say yes more often. Think of Rosa Parks saying yes to staying seated. That sparked a revolution. One word, one moment, infinite ripples. What's your yes going to unleash? Okay, enough preaching. We can get practical. Because I'm not here to just yap at you. Here's how you start saying yes and snagging those opportunities like a pro. Step one, the 5 second rule. We talked about this last week. Count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and say yes before fear takes you out of it. Mel Robbins invented this, and it's a dumb, simple trick, but it works like a charm. Step two, prep your radar. Every morning, ask yourself, what's one yes I can say today? In improv, we play a game called Yes and. Yes and. Yes and. I accept what you give me and. Not or, but. Well, I can't have both of these things. It's an and conversation. The universe is abundant. How can I have both of these things? Yes and. How do I get to add to this situation? Yes and. So, what's one thing I can say yes to today? Could be a call, it could be a risk, could be a random act of boldness, but get intentional. Three, start small. Say yes to a stranger's convo. Say yes to a new recipe or that gym class that you've been dodging. Build the muscle, then go big. Grab a journal and write down every yes you say this week. What happened? Track the magic. Okay? And you'll see that it's real. What's the biggest yes you're scared to say right now? And drop it in the chat. Okay? Drop it in the chat. What's the biggest yes you're scared to say right now? And if you're scared to say it, if you're scared to put it out, just know that's probably an indication that you should say it. This chat is going to go away anyway, so it's just us here. Drop it in the comments. What's the biggest yes you're scared to say right now? New job? Asking someone out? Quitting smoking or something toxic? Let's see those answers roll in. Come on, y'all. And while we're at it, here's a gut punch. What's the cost of your no? What dream relationship or breakthrough are you killing by staying comfy? Chew on that. Then hit me with your thoughts in the chat. Now read some live and we'll unpack this together. Come on, man. Bring your demons. Bring your demons, man. Y'all ain't hearing me today, man. Y'all ain't hearing me. organizing myself, tidying my home, losing weight. Big dream, publish my book. Let's start with the big one and let's go small. Let's start with the big one and let's go small. Moving to a bigger city to invest in my career. Ooh, I love these. Organizing myself. What's stopping you? What's getting in your way? What are you selling out to? What are you selling out to? To be comfortable? To be safe? What are you afraid of? What's stopping you from getting organized? You're not ready. Can't you take 10 minutes a day to organize your life? 10 minutes. 10 minutes. Set a timer. Look, we got a little timer here. Oops. Look, we got a little timer here. A little Pomodoro timer. So what happens if you don't ever get organized? What's the consequence of that? If you don't ever get organized, then ask yourself, what's the consequence of that? And then ask yourself, what's the consequence of that? And ask yourself, what's the consequence of that? Get organized. $10 a day. Set a timer for 10 minutes a day. 10 minutes. That's it. That's it. 10 minutes. 10 minutes of thinking about organization. 10 minutes of working out. What can I do for 10 minutes? Am I able to do one push-up? Can I do one push-up? Can I get into the push-up formation and hold myself up for 1 minute? For 1 minute. Can I do a sit-up? Can I walk around my house before I touch my phone in the morning? How can I insert activity into my day? I want to lose weight. How can I set some boundaries? How can I say yes to some boundaries? How can I get ready? How can I stay ready so that I don't have to get ready? So when that photographer hits me up telling me, yo, we should do a photo shoot, I'm not like, oh, come back to me when I lose some weight. Nope, I'm ready. Let's go. I've been ready. I've been ready. Oh, I wish I could be on a magazine cover. No, ain't no wishing. Okay? It's committing. I am committed to being on a magazine cover. I'm committed to wearing that two-piece to the beach. I'm not about to be like, ooh, it's going to be hot girl summer tomorrow, and I ain't done nothing to get into my hot girl summer phase. What are you committed to? What can you commit to? Moving to a bigger city to invest in my career. What is your intention? How can you stay committed to that goal? What happens if you don't move to a new city? And what happens if that happens? 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 What are the consequences? What are the negative consequences? Ask yourself that. And you'll come to realize that the thing that you're avoiding is actually way better than the other thing, than all of these consequences of not doing that thing. Move to a city. Move to a city. Go visit. Go visit for 2, 3 weeks. Say, yes, I'm committed to seeing this happen. I'm committed to seeing it happen. And see what happens. You know, they say seeing is believing, but it's actually the other way around. Believing is seeing. Believing. You believe it. If you believe it and you act as though there is nothing else could be, it will be. If it is to be, it is up to me. Saying no to my fiance's parents. Every holiday they tend to get stuff for my fiance that he doesn't use or isn't on his Christmas list. Then after the holidays, they'll ask if we got to use whatever the thing was. Oh man, that's funny. So what are you selling out to by not saying no to them? Are you trying to be liked? Are you wanting to, because you're getting some type of a payoff, right? Whenever you don't do the thing that you want to do, that you're afraid of, whenever you don't do it, you're actually getting a payoff. You're getting something from it, right? You're getting something from it. You're benefiting in some way. So what are you selling out to? You're getting something from it. I don't want to ruffle any feathers. I don't want to ruffle any feathers. I don't, it's not my parents. I don't want to have a fight with them. I don't want to. So I'm going to continue suffering with this thing every time it comes around because I'd rather that. I'd rather the comfort of what I already know rather than accepting that I am a powerful creator, able to create the circumstances of my dreams. Not from the known, but from the unknown. Because everything is created from nothing. Life itself was created out of nothing. Nothing is the canvas by which one creates. In order to create, the canvas is blank. That's where true creation comes from. That's where your power truly lies. That's why meditation is so powerful. When you quiet your mind, when you become nothing, no space, no time, nowhere, no thing, you are aligned with the divine source of everything. That is where possibility is born. From a nothing. But you want to be comfortable. You want to be liked. You'd rather that. And that's okay. If you'd rather that, that's fine. I'd rather that. I'd rather be liked. Rather not say anything. Rather not ruffle any feathers. Okay? Then don't complain with what you get because you said, I would rather this. Or I could create from the unknown. I could create from a blank canvas. I don't know how they'll respond. And they might respond upset, but that has nothing to do with me. It has nothing to do with me. It has nothing to do with me. How they respond has nothing to do with me. The only thing I can control is how I respond, how I react, what I say. Hey, look, family, it would really support me. It would really support our family if around Christmas time or the holidays or my birthday, you got me X. And get very specific. Nothing else would really support me at this moment. I really appreciate your love, and I know you always get me great gifts. I know you always get me the best gifts. You're always so thoughtful when you get my gifts for Christmas. It would really support me if you did X. It would really support me if the types of gifts that you gave me for my birthday would be this. It would really support me if you could. My husband and I are planning on going on this trip. We would love if you could support us this way. Get very clear and specific. What do you want? The universe cannot respond to ambiguity. The Bible says, ask and it is given. Knock and the door will open unto you. It doesn't say to stand at the door ambiguously. Could you imagine that? Imagine somebody coming up and standing at your door. They don't knock, they just stand at the door. Are you going to open it? You might crack the door. You might look through the people and be like, yo, what's going on? What's up? What you need? I ain't giving you nothing. Knock and the door will be open. Ask and it is given. What's getting in your way of asking for what you want? Get really clear. If it is to be, it is up to me. How long has this been going on for you to even be concerned about this? And I know it's a silly thing, but you know, how you do one thing is how you do everything. So where else might this be showing up in your life? Whew. All right, y'all. I'm gonna wrap this up because I've been talking for a little while. I'm sure you guys got it. Give you a lot of good information. Um, but here's the deal: saying yes is a lifestyle. Okay, it's the difference between watching life from the bleachers and playing the game like a champ. Right? We've talked fear, timing, and ripples, and now it's up to you. The magic happens when you're ready, when you're committed. Okay? So stay ready so you ain't got to get ready. Say yes this week, small, big, whatever, and watch the doors fly open. You're not just chasing opportunities, you're inviting them to chase you. The next time opportunity knocks, don't ghost it. Don't put it on red. Right? Don't send it to voicemail like an ex you're avoiding. Say yes, because the truth is the universe is always watching and it rewards the ones who show up ready and committed. Your yes is the lives your yes is the lives you will impact, right? It's about the legacy you will build and the blessings that are waiting for you. So let's get out there and let's start saying yes because your future self is counting on you. And just like that, we are wrapping up another fantastic session here on the Ace Anderson Show. Big love and thanks to each and every one of you who joined us live this morning. Your energy and insights light up this community and push us all to level up in every way possible. Don't forget, we're here every single Monday morning, bringing that heat to start your week off right. If today's conversation got you fired up, inspired, or just curious to learn more, drop a comment, share this stream, and tell a friend because word of mouth is the best influencer. Keep Ace Boogie in your thoughts and prayers, and I promise to do the same. Follow me on all social media platforms at Ace Shot That. Remember, we're on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitter, on TikTok, on Snapchat, wherever you're on social media. So come follow your boy and let's keep the 18 growing strong. Until next time, y'all, remember to always align yourself with truth, trust, and patience, and I promise you will ace your life. Peace out, y'all.